Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Cherdak, President of Denver Regenerative Medicine. One of the most common questions that we get asked when patients are asking about our stem cell therapy procedure is, can stem cell therapy prevent me from having to have a full or partial knee replacement? The short answer to that question is yes, but it depends on many different factors. When we evaluate a patient to determine whether or not we can help them not have to undergo surgery and not have to undergo a joint replacement procedure is to first look at their imaging. In the case of degenerative arthritis, which is the number one reason why a patient would need to have a joint replacement, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at an x-ray of the knee. So when we look at the x-ray of the knee, what we're looking for is how much joint space is actually still there and how much degeneration has really set into that joint. So a lot of times patients will be told by their orthopedic surgeon or another provider that they have quote unquote bone-on-bone arthritis. Now this term can be misleading because bone-on-bone arthritis doesn't necessarily mean that the bones are touching and that there's no cartilage in the joint, and that's key. If you can move the joint at all, that's a good indication that there is some cartilage left in the joint. If there were actually no cartilage at all, your body would want to splint that joint together and actually grow the bones together rather than you being able to move that joint. So again, if there's motion in the joint, that's a good indication that we can help the situation with stem cell therapy. So we look at the x-rays and we will then examine the patient and determine whether or not stem cell therapy is appropriate. That's the first step. Then after that, we need to determine what type of stem cell therapy is going to be the most effective for the individual patient that we're examining. And that can be different depending on how active the patient is, how young they are, what their health status is most importantly, and what the degree of degenerative arthritis is in the knee. Our clinic, unlike other clinics, has a variety of different regenerative and stem cell products that we can use to treat the injury or to repair the joint. So we have the ability to both use a patient's own stem cells, whether we take them from bone marrow from the hip or from fat from the abdomen, which we use both in our what are called autologous procedure, our own stem cell procedure. We also have the ability to use umbilical cord stem cells that we get from donors. So there are companies out there that under sterile conditions will isolate umbilical cord stem cells from the umbilical cord of a newborn right after the mother's given birth. Now, this doesn't hurt the fetus, it doesn't hurt the baby, and it doesn't hurt the mother. It would otherwise be discarded as medical waste. So there's no ethical issues with using umbilical cord stem cells. Now, with all of our procedures, we also include PRP, which stands for platelet-rich plasma. And all that is are just platelets that are isolated from a patient's own blood. And so with every procedure, we're going to do this, which involves just taking a quick blood draw, a small sample of blood, putting that into a centrifuge, spinning it at a high speed, and just isolating the platelets out of that sample. So you can think of that as like an activator or a fertilizer for the stem cell. If we decide with the patient that we're going to use their own stem cells, what we'll do is we will extract them from the patient themselves. So a lot of clinics don't have a board-certified medical doctor who's trained in doing the extraction procedure on site or as part of their staff, so they really can't offer that procedure to you. And a lot of times they'll just say, well, you know, your own stem cells are old and umbilical cord stem cells are new, so they're going to work better. And that's not really true. Your own stem cells are going to be the most compatible cells with your body, which means they're going to integrate better and they're going to have a more long-lasting effect. Now, if a patient is, say, in their 60s or 70s and they really have, not a great health status, sometimes it may be better to use umbilical cord stem cells from a donor, which actually work great. We get great results with those, and sometimes we'll recommend that if we think that, in fact, donor cells are going to be a better option than the patient's own stem cells. We can also use a combination of both the patient's own stem cells and donor cells, and sometimes we'll recommend that as well. All of it depends on the individual patient. It's not a one-size-fits-all type of procedure in our clinic. We really do a thorough evaluation and make sure, along with the patient, that we're choosing the best combination of cells possible to get the best result that we can. Also, what we include with our procedure are called exosomes, and sometimes we use exosomes as well. And what exosomes are a byproduct of stem cells. So when stem cells are growing, they will release chemical signals, and those chemical signals are what are called growth factors, and that actually stimulates your body to grow tissue. So along with the stem cells, the exosomes will help accelerate the healing and accelerate the growth of new tissue. One thing that we use in our clinic that I don't know of any other clinic using is a product called microvascular tissue, or MVT. And what MVT is, it's a product that is derived from pig bladder, and it's been approved by the FDA for wound healing, and it's used mostly by doctors and surgeons that are treating wounds that won't heal very well, oftentimes in diabetic patients. What we use this product for is to create angiogenesis. And what angiogenesis is just a fancy medical word, which means growing new blood vessels. So it's really important that when we're regenerating a joint, that we're also replenishing the blood flow to that joint, which may have been damaged over time due to the degenerative arthritis. So in short, we have the ability to help a patient avoid having to have a full or partial knee joint replacement with stem cell therapy. And by using different combinations or different types of stem cells, we're able to come up with recommendations that will produce the best result. And we also tell our patients up front whether we think that we can achieve 20, 50, 70, 90, 100% pain relief, what the expected results will be, so that we're not promising people the world, and we're giving people a realistic opinion on what we can actually accomplish. So for example, some people will be very happy to know that they can avoid a joint replacement surgery, even if that means they're only going to get 50% decrease in pain and 50% increase in range of motion and mobility. Other patients, that might not be enough for them. It all just depends upon the patient and the type of stem cell procedure that we're recommending. But a key factor to remember is that, again, it's not a one-size-fits-all procedure. We individually tailor our treatment protocols for each individual patient so that we know we're going to get the best result possible. If you have any more questions about our stem cell procedure for knees, please reach out to our clinic, and one of our patient coordinators will be happy to answer any of your questions.